Namaste everyone, we are from Project Savers and in this video we will cover the nested for loop, which is the next type of for loop. Remember the nested if statement in the same way it is for the for loop. Okay, so let's understand its syntax and see how it works. This is the syntax of nested for loop. As we have talked about previously, the simple for loop state syntax for initialization, semicolon comparison, semicolon increment operation. In curly braces, there is another for loop of same syntax for initialization, comparison, and increment, and that statements are executed for that for loop. Okay, when these statements are executed and this condition is false, then it will come up here and again go to the outer loop, outer for loop, and it will increment that and it will compare here. If condition is true, then only it will pass into this for loop, initialize, compare it, and increment. It will do the following statements until this comparison or whatever the condition is true. If this condition is false, we'll jump over to here and again increment the operator, whatever the operand is, and it will compare here. If this condition is false, then it will come out of the loop. And in programmatic way, in nested for loop, this for loop is called as outer for loop, and this for loop is called as inner for loop. Okay, so to understand for loop in a best way, let's do this example. Suppose you want to print the following pattern like this: stars. As you can see, the first star, in the second row 2 stars, the third row 3 stars, fourth row 4 stars, and fifth row 5 stars. Okay, so this we want to execute in our program to understand the nested for loop in a better way. Okay, so let's see it in a programmatic way. Okay, so let's understand it in a programmatic way, how we can achieve the printing of that pattern. Okay, so let me declare a variable integer I comma j, where I is for outer for loop and j is for inner for loop. Okay, for initialization. And then clrstr clean the screen, and from here our for loop will start. So for I equal to 1, we are starting the loop from 1, semicolon, I is less than equal to 5, sorry 5, that's because we are printing 5 rows. Okay, meaning like this: star 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 and okay. To get this, it is a multi-line comment. We are not considering that, we are considering this. Okay, this is used to declare a multi-line comments, and this is for a single line comment. Okay, so don't consider that, consider that only. So we are trying to perform this, and we, as you can see, there are total 5 rows. That's how our outer loop will be rotate for 5 times. And remember that the outer for loop is used to define the rows, and the inner for loop is used to define columns. These columns, this and this. Okay, remember that. So as we are running this loop for 5 times, as because we want to print that for 5 rows, of star, I will increment. Okay, you remember that. Let me correct the indentation. So our inner for loop, and we have declared j for that. Obviously you can declare the j equal to 1 here also, no issue, but I always prefer this type of initialization. So j equal to j equal to 1, j is less than equal to I, semicolon j plus plus. This is the logic behind the pattern. Okay, this for loop will execute till the value of I. Okay, the condition of this loop is depend upon the value of I. Okay, just remember that. Definitely we are going to debug that after the execution, and I will explain it in step by step way. So we are printing that out, the pattern. Wait a minute. Yeah, we are printing this way, na? So we will print our star, printf star. Okay, we'll print that out, and from that we will go to the next line, \n. Remember, \n is for moving the cursor to the new line. Okay, so this is all for the logic to achieve this pattern. Get ch. So I think I should remove that. You have guys got the idea about it, because it is giving problems. Yeah, get ch. Okay, forget to close the outer for loop. Yeah, this open close curly brace for outer for loop, and this is for the inner for loop. Okay, when value of I is 1, j equal to 1, j less than equal to I, means it will loop till value of I is equal to 1. So j is less than equal to 1, condition is true as because it is equal to 1. So it will print that out, and it will come up here, and it will increment that j equal to 2. If j2 is less than equal to 1 is false, so it will come up here, and it will execute the outer loops statements. Remember that this is the outer loop statement and this is the inner loops statement. Okay, let's execute it first, see if you got the correct result. Yeah, we got star 1 2 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. Okay, let's debug it and understand how it's working actually. Let me define value of I here to check at each iterations. Value of j equal to, okay, so let's understand it. So the outer for loop is will execute for 5 times, as because we want to print the 5 rows of star. Okay, and remember that the outer for loop is used for defining rows, and inner for loop is used to define columns. Why it is called as, you will understand it. Okay, so the control of program comes here. It will see, yeah, for loop is here, I equal to 1. Okay, I is less than equal to 5, semicolon I plus plus. Okay, so value of I is here and value of I is 1 here. Okay, so it will come up here, value of j is 1. Okay, initially, Okay, so value of j is 1 and j is less than equal to I, where value of I is our is I equal to 1. Okay, and 1 is less than equal to 1. Yeah, condition is true, so it will come up here and print our star 1. Okay, so it will print our star like this. Okay, it will print, no, let me define it here at the print statement. It will print that star. Okay, we'll print the star and come up here and again go up to here and increment the value of j. Now the value of j is 2. Okay, and value of I is still 1. Okay, as because it is not incremented yet, so value of j is 2. 2 is less than equal to 1. No, 2 is greater than equal to 1. Okay, so the condition is false, so it come out of the inner for loop and it will execute this. Okay, so it is saying that go to the next line, so our cursor will move to next line, means here it will come. Okay, it will come up here. Okay, it will execute this and it will go up to here. Okay, and increment the value of I. Now the value of I is 2. Got it? And when again it will come up here and we are running it from 1 from starting. Okay, the value of j is 1 now, so value of j is 1 and value of I is now 2, as because we have incremented the value of I. Okay, and remember that our cursor is here at this line. Okay, so j equal to 1, j is less than equal to 2 obviously, so it will print that out the star. Okay, it will print that star. Okay, so again it will go up to here, increment the j value. Now value of j is 2. Okay, it will incremented the value. Now 2 is less than equal to 2, where value of I is 2. Remember that it is true, as because it is equal to 2. Sorry. Okay, so it will come up here and print the star again, so it will print this star. Okay, again it will go up to here, increment the value of j. Now value of j is 3. Okay, and value of I is 2, so 3 is less than equal to 2, condition false, it is in greater than 2. Okay, it will break the condition, come here and again it will go to the new line, means our cursor will move to here. Okay, let me add a comment here, so our cursor is now here. Okay, after the execution of this statement it will go up here, it will increment the value. Now the value of I was previously 2, now it is 3. Okay, it will come, as the condition is true, it will go into the inner for loop and now value of j is again 1. Okay, now you are getting the importance of initializing the value of j equal to 1 again. Okay, means we are repeating the process. Okay, it is very important. The value of j is 1 now and we will iterate the loop till the value of I is 3. Let me add the value of 3 is here, better understanding. So j is 1, j is less than equal to I, means 1 is less than equal to 3 obviously, so it will iterate and print the statement for 3 times. Got it? 2 3, no, let me go step by step so you will get confused. Okay, so when 1 is less than equal to 3, condition true, it will print that out. Okay, it will print it the star. Then go up to here, increment the value of j. J of value is now 2. 2 is less than equal to 3. Yeah, condition is true, it will again print that out, so let me print that out here. Okay, so again go up here, again go up to here, increment the value of j. J now is 3. Okay, and value of I is still 3. we are not changing the value of I. So j is less than equal to 3. Yeah, condition is true because it is equal to 3. Again go up to come up here as because condition is true, and it will print that out, this statement. It is saying us to print that star. Okay, so it will come up here after the printing the star, and it will increment the value of j. Now j is incremented to 4 and our I value is 3. So 4 is less than equal to 3, condition false. 4 is greater than 3, so condition is false. It will not go up here, it will come out of the loop and it will execute this statement again, new line. So our cursor will move to here. Okay, let me add a comment here. Yeah, our cursor will move up to here, and again executing that statement, it will go up to here, increment the value of I. The value of I is now 4. So 4 is less than equal to 5. Yeah, condition is true. Remember, it will enter in the inner for loop when this condition is true. Okay, as and as I told you that the outer for loop is used to define the rows. So are you getting that? Whenever it move cursor to the new line, means are you getting the rows are incremented? Okay, that's why for loop is called as outer for loop, to define rows. And you are watching this in the inner for loop, it is printing stars till the value of I, means it is creating the row columns, sorry, got it? That's why we call outer for loop to define rows and inner for loop to define columns. Okay, so back to our program. So now value of I is 4. Now let me add it here. So again value of j is again back initialized with 1. So 1 is less than equal to 4, condition is true. Let me print that out, stars for 4 times. No, let me go to step by step. Okay, we'll go up here, increment the value of j. Value of j is now 2. 2 is less than equal to 4, condition is true. Print that star, will execute it for 4 times as because value of I is 4. Okay, this way we control the for loops. So again go up here, increment the value of j. Now j value is 3. 3 is less than equal to 4, obviously it will print a star out. Again it will go up to here, increment the value of j. Now j of value is 4. Okay, 4 is less than equal to 4, condition is true as because it is equal to, so it will print that out star. Okay, now we'll go up here, increment the value of j. Now j of value is 5. 5 is less than equal to 4, condition false is because it is greater than 4. Can go up to here, print the star. No, it's not doing that because the condition is false. It is will go out of the loop, sorry for that. So it will come up here and print a new line. So our cursor will move to next line. Let me add comments here. Okay, now our cursor is here, so it will move to here. Now it will increment the value of I. The value of I is, sorry, 5 now. Okay, previously it was 4, now it is incremented to 5. So 5 is less than equal to 5. Okay, because our value of I is 5 is equal to 5, condition is obviously true. Then it will go to the inner for loop. Let me change the value of I is here, is 5. Again j is back again to initialized with 1. Now it will iterate for 5 times. So meaning is it will print the star for 5 times. Okay, so value of j1 is less than equal to 5, condition is true. Let me add a star here. Okay, you go up here, increment the j value. Value of is 2 now. 2 is less than equal to 5, condition is true. Print the star out. Okay, it will print the star. Then go up to here, the value of j incremented. Now the value of j is 3. 3 is less than equal to 5, condition is true. Print the star out. Okay, we'll go up to here, increment the value of j. Now value of j is 4. 4 is less than equal to 5, condition is true. Print the star out. Okay, so it will print the star out. Go up to here, increment the value of j. Now value of j is 5. and 5 is less than equal to I, means value of I is our 5, so it is true. Print the star out. So at this stage our program is done. Okay, so how it will terminate the program, let's see it. So we'll go up to here, increment the value of j. Now value of j is 6. Okay, so 6 is less than equal to 5, condition is false because 6 is greater than 5. So it will come up here, go to the new line, so our cursor will be here. Okay, but we don't need to print any other statements because we have done. So we'll print the new line and it will come up here. So I value is incremented. Remember that after the for loop ends, it will go to increment the statement. This is the control flow of for loop, which is done internally. Okay, so value of I was previously 5, now it is 6. So 6 is less than equal to 5, condition is false because 6 is greater than 5. Then it will come out of the loop. Got it? It's little bit difficult to understand the first time, but after you understood this, you will master the for loop for sure. If you understood the for loop, try to print this kind of statements like star, oh wait, star in the reverse order, no? Yeah, this way too. Star, 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 star. We are getting in this type, this increment the stars. Okay, try to print this kind of patterns, so you will completely master the for loop. Okay, and I request you to watch this video again and again to understand the main concept of for loop. And I highly recommend you to understand for loop correctly, because after you graduate and go for any interview for coding, so they will definitely ask you to what is the logic of printing this kind of pattern or this kind of pattern. Then you should know that. Okay, this is the importance of nested for loop, as because it will develop your logical skills also. Okay, so that was for our video. If you found any doubt, please let me know in the comments, and we have created a quiz for it, so definitely check that out. In the next video we will cover arrays, strings, and 2D arrays, what are the functions, and more fun stuff. Okay, so stay tuned.